Well, let's talk about Creed 3, the latest movie in the franchise for the Creed trilogy. This is the third film starring Jonathan Majors as well as Michael B. Jordan. This is directed by Michael B. Jordan as well, written, however, by Mr. Ryan Coogler, who's done the other ones. And I am definitely going to be talking a lot of spoilers, probably if you haven't seen any of the Creed movies. But if you haven't seen any Creed movies, you maybe don't need to know a lot about them to go into this one. A lot of people in the theater didn't watch any of the Creed movies, as they all were raising their hands saying they hadn't watched any, and I saw that many of them were still able to follow it through, as well as somebody I had gone with as well. So let's talk about Creed 3 and what exactly is this movie and does it live up to the hype. So before we get any further into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Super excited to get to that, but let's get on with it with Creed 3. So this movie basically follows Adonis Creed after pretty much attaining everything he can attain. He has decided to sort of retire from boxing and now is more on the managing sort of promotion of sorts, putting on these big elaborate fights. Now, as he is all on this like glory road and everything seems bright and sunny, there is a thing in his past that comes back to haunt him, and that is his old friend Dame, who he knew since he was a child. And there's something that happened in their past that occurred that made Dame go to jail for all of this time. But now Dame's back, and Dame's like, I want my chance, because Dame was also trying to be a boxer and he was put away for almost a decade, and now he's back trying to sort of regain this chance. And you see this thing with Michael B. Jordan's Adonis Creed sort of going through this guilt, sort of going through this like, I don't know if I can trust this guy. And it's a very, very good sort of balance, I think, that is happening as the weights start to tilt and all of these emotions Michael B. Jordan's character's having. And I think Adonis Creed really was the standout here. But I think that Dame really gives him a run for his money, because Jonathan Majors is insane in this. And in the way that I mean insane is his acting is incredible. Jonathan Majors is 3 for 3 in my opinion with Kang and then Magazine Dreams, which I got a chance to see at Sundance, which should be coming out later this year. I think he definitely is proving himself to be a very versatile actor, because all three roles feel very different at the same time, but you can still know that Jonathan Majors is having his like imprint on them, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So I think that acting wise this was very good. The whole cast was great. Everybody involved in this did an amazing job. The chemistry was there, but it was so electrifying, these moments when you saw Michael B. Jordan and also Jonathan Majors' character just interacting. You felt the tension, you could cut through it, and that's just from great acting right there. Now, with Michael B. Jordan having his directorial debut with this movie, I was very interested in seeing how he would handle the lens, how he would handle the angles, the shots, and all of that. And to my surprise and everybody else, he did an incredible job for his first movie here. I thought some of the visuals here were some of the best visuals in the whole franchise, even from the Rocky movies. I think that what he does here is very different from what we've seen from the previous Creed movies as well as the Rocky franchise, and it works very well. It's a very different approach and sort of gives it its own style of sorts, and that's one of the reasons I really enjoyed this movie. It's like number 2 on my list for 2023 so far, just because of those visual cues that were so impactful and just told and moved the story along in a better way than I could ever imagine it would move. So I very, very much so was into that, and you can really tell that there was a lot of anime inspiration, just as Michael B. Jordan said, and it works perfectly. The music here is great as well. A lot of needle drops, and they are just working perfectly. I think the soundtrack is great. The score in itself is very gets you like going. I just felt an adrenaline rush during certain scenes, and those fight scenes were impeccable. Like the way that they are shot, the slow motions that happen, the sort of zoom in, zoom outs, and everything involved, especially the final fight that we see. A lot of flair, a lot of style, and it just works incredibly well. I really was so engrossed in this movie as I was watching it, and the story as well is just pure like vibes. Honestly, the way that it evolves from the beginning all the way to the end, it feels natural, it progresses well, and these characters, you really get to see them be fleshed out all the way up into that grand finale, which, like I said, was one of the best sequences I've seen in quite some time, especially that final fight. Everybody speechless. People were just gasping, clapping. It was incredible to see with a crowd, which was my other thing about the movie. This is one you want to see with a crowd because there are moments in this movie where it is just as electrifying seeing what's happening on screen as to how the crowd is reacting. And you get that from great filmmaking, you get that from great acting, from great music and all of that, which this movie had all of it going at the same time. So when you're in this room, in this theater, watching this unfold on the big screen, you're just there, mouth open, like watching this in awe. And I definitely enjoy that. That's what I want to get from a theater experience, and that's what I got with Creed 3. That's why overall I think Creed 3 is definitely, in my opinion, up there top 3 of the whole franchise, including Creed and the Rocky movies. So definitely excited to check this one out again. I really do say, like, this is meant to be seen on the biggest screen possible. At our screening, we got to see it in RPX, which is the equivalent for IMAX for Regal theaters, and it was just incredible to see this gargantuan like fight happening on a huge screen. So very, very pleased with this movie. Overall, I think we are going to give Creed 4.5 stars out of 5. There were some moments in the movie that I felt kind of dragged it back a little bit, and it sort of like didn't help the movie progress. And there were some scenes and some situations in this movie that I think happened way too fast, where it sort of felt like this was just another like stepping stone, where this thing could have been a little bit bigger in my opinion and really set up the stakes. I think this movie could have gone for 2.5 hours, and I think we still would have been okay, because I think the crowd wanted more by the end of it. But I do think that they could have fleshed out a couple of things a little bit more. But that's just my opinion, my thoughts on it. That's all that would have made it a 5-star for me, if we really fleshed these feelings out in these situations more. And I think the movie could have gone a little longer, but hey, I'm still okay with it. I definitely am ready to check it out again. I cannot wait to see what Michael B. Jordan does next in his directing career, as well as Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan working together again, because like I said, I think they work great together. Their chemistry is great on screen, and I'm excited to see what comes next. But overall, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on Creed 3. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know in the comments below. Where would you rank this in the Creed movies? This is my favorite Creed movie. That's all I'm going to say. And it's top 3 in the Rocky and Creed franchise. Should we rank them? Let me know. But anyways, as always, if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on all our social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed to us here on YouTube. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. That's our big goal for the month, and we hope we can get to that so we can get some more opportunities to do some very awesome stuff. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. Check out all of our other videos as well. We got a video on the Idol, which is a hot mess, so make sure you tune into that. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.